Hello there, Vic Benedict here. We're playing God of War 2018 version on Give Me God of War difficulty. That difficulty name actually, I think somebody was talking about it on a Seraphim 17 video. I think it's a respectful nod to Dante Must Die difficulty, at least the name. And that actually makes more and more sense now because of the way enemies devil trigger. Things just dawn on me really slowly, and I really wish I had the Seraphim 17's acumen and the way of picking up things so quickly, because things have to be pointed. I have to be pointed to the right information all the time. My face has to be slammed into the information with a forceful hand before I put two and two together. Sometimes I just really fear that I'm a learned man, I'm educated, I'm book smart, but I lack common sense. I truly feel that sometimes, guys, and it makes me feel really inadequate when I make guides and walkthroughs. And when I miss things and when I don't catch on to things, I worry about that maybe I'm getting too old. But if you want another supplemental guide to watch, I would definitely head over to Chris's channel, the Seraphim 17, and give him your support, because he was playing this game really early on, and he went through the game. He didn't even get any of the upgrade chests, so very gutsy to do that. And he listening to his videos, I wasn't really going to do a guide. Oh, I had some crystals over here pre-positioned over here. These aren't like this normally, but I was unable to get those off of the wall without reloading a checkpoint, and I didn't want to do that. But the open-mindedness of his commentary and his views, it pushed me into playing this game, I have to admit it. So I do need to thank him. And it's been like that with a lot of games. I wasn't interested in the game. Nothing really appealed to me about anything until I listened to some of his videos. And I think that's the joy of hearing other people's perspectives, honestly. And highly recommend his walkthrough, because I think he plays much better than I do. And I don't care about that. I really don't. I don't have to always be the best, because the way things are with making guides, it really is. It's so deceptive when you think about it, because nobody ever sees you fail unless you actually show them those times. So it really is true about that whole thing about editing your way to a greatness that you really aren't. And so many people think I am this magical god that is playing these games, who is so good. And I just want to tell these people, like, I'm not. I really am not that good. I am not good. You should see me playing these games, man. I am not fucking good. I wish I was good. I really wish I was good. But that's what you present. People never see you fail. So, but anyway, I wanted to mention those types of things because I gave this game a second chance. A lot of people have given me second chances too. Back when The Evil Within was out last October, I was talking disrespectfully about the whole craft and him included, and I was in a really bad way, and I do apologize. I apologize for my actions. They were very immature and inexcusable. So I appreciate people giving me the second chance, and that goes for people not even watching my videos, but just family members. The whole idea of pardoning somebody's actions is to give them a second chance, so that they can show you that they are good underneath. So I'm trying to show you guys that. I also did some more realm tears over here too, guys, and I got some more stuff. And I was just thinking back to when this trailer came out, because E3 is like a week away, I think it is, or maybe 2 weeks. I'm not sure. I don't know when exactly it is, but it's coming up pretty soon, and it is this month. So, do you remember when this game premiered? The trailer for it? It premiered in 2016, and we got the game about. Wasn't it roughly like a year and a half? Isn't it like a year and a half later? That's pretty good, but you got to figure before 2012 they were working on this game. They were probably working on it maybe even in 2010, 11. So that's amazing how long a game takes to make. And just think about this. And I don't know why they're calling these games the same names that they were before. It just adds to the confusion, the overall confusion. But think about this. They're definitely not going to announce another God of War at this year's E3. I really hope they announce Gears 5. And I really hope when I see it and play it that I don't end up calling it Gears 5. I really hope that that's not true. But when do you think they're going to give the trailer that release for E3? When do you think they're going to release that on E3? Let's think about this. 2018, so it's not going to happen in 2018. It may not even happen in 2019. So we might not see the trailer for the game that's to come after this until 2020. And you've got to figure. So when they show the trailer, how long have they been working on it? You've got to figure maybe, let's say at the bare minimum, a year. So if it takes if it takes 5 years to make the game again, how long would that be? So if they were working on it in like 2019, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 2023, I'm not even going to be alive, man. What if it's early 2020, 2024? God, it's and it can't be any other way, right? Unless they want to make the game shit. But I don't care. Just give me an Ascension 1.5. That's all I want. Like every couple of years, just give me a new one of these games. I don't care if it's as short as Ascension or the PSP games, you know? But just not this formula where I can't jump. Oh, I said it. You can't jump. Yeah, you can't jump. Somebody in the comments, somebody said Kratos loses his ability to jump or something. He doesn't need them. I didn't understand at all what this guy said. I'm going to pull his comment up right here. It was on video 1. Wasn't it? Hello there, Big Benedict. Video 1. Let's see. And I'm not bringing this up to make fun of him, but I just wanted to say. Wasn't it video 1? Yeah, here we go. Tyrannical. And I'm not making fun of this person, but I just thought it was a strange thing to say. Kratos doesn't need the ability to jump, but he lost all of his aerial attacks, which sucks. Kratos doesn't need the ability to jump. He's probably speaking to the relevance of the jump, which I brought up in the first video, and he lost, and as such, he lost all of his aerial attacks. That's true. He did. He lost all of his aerial attacks. Especially with how they did Spartan Rage and the aerial fighting he did with Baldur. The aerial fighting, yeah. Well, the question of need is always a subjective one, isn't it? Who knows what he actually needs? But I'm glad we at least got this. It's better than nothing. But I was really hoping to be able to jump. All right, time for that side topic to end, guys, because we are coming up on the part where we get our new weapon. It looks, from the looks of this, you've got a fight outside of the house, and then you've got the weapon change in the next part. Once you start getting the higher levels for these weapons, with the shield combat, you start unlocking all of these stance switch maneuvers. And what I'm trying to do is just demonstrate a couple of them. So it wants you to wait until your attack is completely over and you've switched your stance, and it really isn't a pragmatic thing to do in a game like this. Now, the next fight coming up, though, there are a hell of a lot of these guys, and we get the Blades of Chaos. Now, how do these feel? You know, because we've never really used them like this. Definitely square triangle is out. It's completely out. Spamming triangle works though, and we know that from TTT and the other games. If you had that particular move, but now we have a weapon that we can use in the icy version of Hell, the Norwegian Hell, I guess it's called. You do have a launch, and I bought all of the moves without any hesitation, because all of the ones that I saw, I'm pretty much sure that they're not going to give me a problem. But I tried to do this part no damage as well, but one of the main things that hits you is those guys that poke at you. They come out of the sides of the screen, and if anything hits you, it's probably going to be that. So I really don't know why they chose this sort of a field of vision. It's very difficult to get used to. It's not. Oh, see, I told you. He didn't do the poke, but he was one of those guys that does it. So the Leviathan Axe does ice damage. This weapon does fire damage, and I have purchased a move that will enable me to build up fire damage. So if you deal successive hits to enemies without getting damaged, then you build up fire damage, and fire damage is added to all of your attacks, and you can immolate people in beautiful scenarios. So the reason, if you're not playing this game, just watching the videos, why we have to have this weapon is because we have to go down to hell for some reason to get a certain item, and in this next area that we're going to be going to, the Leviathan Axe is going to be useless against ice monsters, even though it's been suitable for ice monsters for a lot of the enemies in this game, because they've been frost enemies, so it doesn't make any sense. But getting back to that question, how does this weapon feel? I will have to say that once I got here and I was in the boat heading back to the cabin, and Athena appears in front of you, and it did bring back some pretty bone-chilling remembrances from days of yore with my experience with this game, and it really made me feel for the story and get just completely hooked into it. And that's why I started to really like it. Now, I never knew that we were going to get the blades in the first place. I didn't have any idea. I didn't know that he kept them, honestly. But he kept them under the floorboard. And this is somewhat of a spoiler, so if you don't want to hear this, it's a very minor detail. But when the boy was hiding under the floorboards on Kratos' request, when he was fighting Baldur at the beginning of the game, the kid admits later on that he saw the Blades of Chaos under there. And if you're wondering why we don't have the kid with us right now, it's because he's fallen ill. He is struggling with some inner turmoil, trying to come to grips with the fact that he might be a demigod like Kratos and his green shits. Have you ever shat and it's fucking green? I have, but it's been a long time since it happened. I mean, strange. I've never pissed blood, but I've shat green, and it's horrifying. It's goddamn horrifying. Take care.